I mean, Michael Jai White said he was going to edge him out with the points. He said without a shadow of a doubt that he was going to beat that Bud was going to beat Canelo. He wasn't going to knock him out, but he was definitely going to beat him. What is up, everybody? My name is Advance, and this is Advance Sports Talk. All right, so dominating performance. Oh man, Crawford and Canelo just wrapped up. Dominating performance by Crawford, I must say, all things considered, because he was coming into this fight as the underdog. I mean, yeah, Vegas had him. Vegas had him as the underdog because, you know, he was coming up 2 or 3 weight classes. Canelo was obviously a little bit heavier than him. I don't know exactly what Crawford's weight was, but I know he was light. So, man. But in any case, let's talk about the fight. So, early rounds, I know it usually takes Crawford a good amount of time before he gets his opponent fully measured. You know, probably about like 4 or 5 rounds. He had Canelo measured at round 4, actually. So, but while he was measuring him, he still stayed just aggressive enough to win every round up until that point. I know. I think Canelo ended up winning the 5th round because that's when I don't know if Crawford took the round off or if Canelo just decided to up the output. But yeah, that's what happened. And man, it's like I don't think anybody except Michael Jai White that called the fight to go this one-sided in Crawford's favor. Now, I will say, as one-sided as the fight was, it was one-sided by the slimmest of all margins, because the one thing to take away from this fight, the key note was Crawford's defense, because Bud's defense was on point. Like, man, listen, he was like Canelo. It's not like Canelo wasn't catching him flush. He was like, Bud was taking some shots here and there. He would take 1 or 2 shots here and there, but as long as he wasn't taking them continuously, he could eat them. So, you know, like, and I don't know if he was smiling because he liked it, or if that was a poker face or whatever. But you know, he hit him and he would be like, "Oh man!" But yeah. So, yeah, he was blocking and he was rolling and slipping and he was he was feinting a lot of those punches. So, because everything that Canelo was throwing at him was power shots. It had a lot of power behind it. So, either of those punches could have easily sent all of those rounds that Crawford won in the other direction. Nevertheless, yeah, so, round 5, Canelo won. I think Canelo won like round 7. They was going back and forth for a few rounds, for like 2 or 3 rounds. And then Crawford just closed out the fight. Bud wasn't playing no games. Like he found a perfect balance of defense and offense, but he was aggressive. So, you know, then that's when, you know, Canelo had started turning up the production at probably like around round 9 or 10. Because at that point, Crawford done won the majority of the rounds. So So you need to go for a stoppage in order to win, or either that or or get a few knockdowns, maybe force a draw. But other than that, there was nothing else that Canelo could do at that point. Yeah, like yeah, Bud's defense was on point. I can't say it enough. And on top of that, when he went to the body at the right time, because when he went to the body was right when Canelo's conditioning started wearing down, and you can see it in his face. Like, he was like, Canelo just looked like he was just over the fight. He looked like he was just over the fight. Matter of fact, there was one time, I think it was in like either round 10 or 11, when Bud hit him, and Canelo just stood back like, I should not have gotten hit with that. So, yeah. But nevertheless, around round 8, in round 8 was when Bud started going to the body. He ain't just start going to the body. He went to the body in flurries. Like, he was going up top, he was going down low, back up top, or low, top, low, and yeah. He was also hitting him in his hip. He was hitting Canelo in his hip. So, that also affected his head movement, his body movement. And yeah. Yeah, man, Canelo thoroughly dominated this fight, and he absolutely earned that unanimous decision across the board from all judges. And now he is the undisputed super middleweight champion. He is the Ring magazine champ. So I think they say he's the first. He won the Ring magazine champ in 2 different divisions, at 135 and 168. And I think they say he's the first fighter to do so. But nevertheless, the big question now is, what is Bud going to do now? They said it's unquestionable. Unquestionably, he's the top dog. He's pound for pound the greatest fighter. He's gonna. I don't know. They're gonna try to. They're gonna try to do the. They're gonna try to push for the tank fight. I know that's what they're gonna try to do. That. But real talk, Bud is at a point in his career where he don't got to do nothing. Matter of fact, they was asking him if this was going to be his last fight, if he was going to retire. But he was like, well, I gotta sit with my team, and basically got to see what makes sense for him. And even still, you can't really ask a question like that after a fight or after a game or anything, because if you truly love a sport, you could say, all right, you know what, I don't feel like fighting no more, or I don't feel like playing no more, or I don't feel like doing XYZ. But once those wounds heal up and those, that soreness starts to go away a little bit, you're gonna start to feel like, you know what, I could get back out there. I could do it one more time. So yeah, it's whatever he decides to do, he don't got to Bud he don't got nothing else to prove. He don't got to do nothing else if he don't want to. Hey, if he wants to make a few extra dollars, hey, he can do that. He's 42-0. Yeah, he's they already like comparing the legacy of him and Floyd Mayweather. He's saying there ain't no comparison because he's not trying to chase that. So yeah. But in any case, that was those were my thoughts on Bud Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. What are your thoughts? Put your comments in the comment section down below. Tell me what you thought of the fight. Was it as one-sided as you thought it was going to be? Did you think it was going to go in another direction? Or Were you expecting a different outcome? Put your comments in the comment section down below. We're going to chop it up and start this conversation. My name is Advance. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe on everything. I'm out.